Hello, I'm Todd Pouliot of Gateway Financial, and you can learn more about us at mygatewaymoney.com. First of all, thank you all for your valuable feedback, suggestions, and most importantly, questions that you've submitted. When I started this, I thought maybe one or two people might watch one of these videos and we could help someone that it was worth it. But I was shocked when I looked recently and I had over 1,000 views on a video, and I'm humbled and I'm grateful to you. And mostly thank you. I appreciate it. With all that said, I have an announcement. I'm going to start a series that I think of calling Workflows and Checklist. Currently, I believe we have 48 workflows and checklists that we use with clients to help us determine the best course of action for difficult decisions or just for educational purposes that we use with clients. Remember, hit the thumbs up, like button, subscribe, hit the bell to know when we have new content. And here we go. This is the first version. I'm not going to count on how many I have. I know we have 48, and by the time I'm done with this, we'll probably have 63. So we'll move forward as we can. Recently, the number one topic we've been asked about is Roth IRAs, and specifically Roth conversions. There are a lot of important considerations to weigh before doing a Roth conversion. As a result of market conditions, changes due to the Secure Act, Roth conversions are becoming an important strategy we're discussing with our clients. This workflow chart that I'm going to put up on the screen addresses some of the major decision points to help guide clients through the conversation. There's some major things that I do want you all to take into consideration are changes in the marginal tax rate for you or for your heirs. Those are very important issues. Second is the ability to pay the associated tax with cash outside the retirement account. Third is the 5-year rule implication with Roth IRAs. And most importantly, and I don't think a lot of people really think about this, is the impact of income-based programs such as IRMA or Medicare premiums. I do run into that a lot, and understand that those brackets do not align with income tax brackets. So make sure you really understand the tax implications of that. And I think that's one of the things that we do really well here is working with people inside of our facility to get tax planning strategies done. So I'm going to share my screen with all of you here and show you what I'm talking about. These are the workflows that we pull out with the client, and this one specifically is updated for 2021. Obviously 2022 will have some changes possibly or not, depending on what the tax code is, but we do start up here. Number one, will you need distributions from your retirement accounts? Typically that answer is yes. It could be from the IRA due to RMDs or different issues, but we need to know where we're going to start the workflow. Do you expect to be subject to lower income tax rates during most of your retirement, either due to income levels or future tax reform? Big question. Late in life, sometimes you see your highest income prior to retirement. Some people are paying 36% or above in income tax. And when we do these Roth conversions, if we can show them, which we recently have done, we did an $82,000 Roth conversion for a client, and they're in the 10% tax there. That was a huge sigh of relief for this client who had been paying high taxes. Now, he had deferred comp and other things that had happened and just ran into this tax snowball late in his life. But here we are, we can lower his tax burden and level out or balance out where he's pulling his funds for future retirement. So the answers are very easy. These are always yes or no or if then statements. So these are all logic statements. And that's something that I don't think a lot of people think about with finance. Yes, it's very black and white. We deal with spreadsheets, but most of all, we need to know the answer is yes or no. There's always maybes. Are we going to have future tax reform? But let's say the answer is no. Do you have cash outside your retirement accounts to pay the income taxes upon conversion? Yes or no, very clearly answered. Consider doing a Roth conversion. That's our answer. Very easy. We've all been on yes answers that we want to get to doing a Roth conversion. If it's no, that doesn't stop us. So we want to understand using retirement funds to pay tax erodes the value of the Roth conversion. So you may still benefit, but we need to find out what do we want to do with the money after death income is distributed to tax-free to your heirs. So be cognizant of what is your heirs tax bracket. And if we convert to a Roth, we really don't need to worry about that tax bracket at death. So a lot of things that are going to be subject to yes, no, yes, no. Things that we want to also be concerned about, and I love this part here in the middle. Do you expect your beneficiaries to be subject to high income tax rates in the future? Yes or no? One of the things we want to be cognizant of, for example, the client we just spoke about, very low tax rate to pay at 10%. Let's say something happens to them, their beneficiaries are going to now receive their IRA. Maybe they are in a 24% tax bracket, which is a very normal tax bracket, very sustainable. But, you know, does the client want to pay, or do they want their heirs to pay? Do they want to pay at 10% or 24%? You need to make those decisions. Now, I've got some people who say, listen, this is my money. I'm gifting it to my beneficiaries. I don't care what tax you're going to pay. That's their decision. Ultimately, with financial planning, I think the most important thing is we need to understand the wants and wishes of our clients. What I personally want to do may be very different than what a client wants to do. I want to make sure I have enough money that takes care of me, my spouse, and whatever situation they have. And the tax question after death is not pertinent to them. Maybe they say, you know, I pay enough in taxes. I've always paid more than my fair share of taxes, but I don't want my heirs to have to pay that tax. And I have the ability to pay that tax. So I would like to do the Roth conversion. So I hope I've left this screen up long enough for you guys to look at some of the major issues here. But another issue is be mindful of the 5-year rule. Will my Roth IRA conversion be penalty free? Understand there is a 5-year clock. Doesn't matter how much is in that Roth, but please make sure you understand the 5-year clock and how that works towards distributions. Typically, we don't have a lot of clients that need to withdraw from their Roth to survive. That's an issue. We're probably not doing a lot of Roth conversions, but the 5-year clock rule is very important. And again, lastly, the one that we talked about a little bit for one of the issues was IRMA, the Medicare premium. Are you currently, or will you in the near future become a participant in programs where your eligibility, treatment, and requirement is income-based, such as Medicare, IRMA? So be cognizant of that. Work with your financial advisor. And if your advisor is not reviewing your tax returns or does not understand how that plays into IRMA, it might be time to start looking for a new advisor. Understanding the holistic approach to financial planning is very key. Decisions that are made singularly without looking at the back end, you know, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Don't do a Roth conversion and then find out that you've increased your IRMA, and it's not as beneficiary as you thought in the long run. So again, changes in marginal tax brackets for clients, ability to pay the associated tax with outside of the retirement account, the 5-year rule implication, and the income-based programs and how that impacts that is really important. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, come back to my face. You can see me again, but I do want to thank you again for allowing me to put these videos out there. If you have any questions, comments that we can talk about, my email is Pouliot, P as in Peter, OULIOT @mygatewaymoney. You can also submit those if that's a little difficult to type, to service@mygatewaymoney. Hopefully you'll visit our website and learn more about us and how we're doing this business fee only, full-time fiduciary, and wholly independent. We appreciate you being here. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, and we'll bring you more content. I hope you enjoyed our workflows and checklist conversations, and we'll keep doing these as long as you keep asking for you. Thanks, and have a great day.